Alrighty, John. So let's start from scratch, basically. Tell us where you're from, where you grew up, what are you doing for a living, your first and last name, age. Just give us a detailed insight of your life.
So, my name is John Perez. I'm 23 years old. I was born in Tucson, Arizona in 1996. And I live here in Los Angeles, California currently.
Can you speak up a little bit?
What else did you ask?
You said your full name, where you grew up, you live in California. Where did you go to school? You also went to New York, right? To do what? What are you doing now?
I went to high school, elementary and high school in Orange County, but at the same time, I also came back and forth from Orange County to Los Angeles to visit my dad and whatnot. And after high school, I chose not to go to college, even though I had the option, and I chose to go to New York and make money instead of spend money. So I did that for about 4.5 years. And while I was out there, I was doing a lot of photography. I was doing a lot of I was like a host for a lot of nightlife places in New York. I worked on a couple cars there with some people detailing work and not so much under the hood, but on the outside mainly. I also did that when I was a kid. That's how I knew how to do that. I worked in one of my uncle's shops for a year almost.
Oh, so he had a car shop.
Yeah, he had a car shop, and I forgot to mention that the first time. It wasn't he would just do detailing outside, fixing dents, painting cars. So I know how to do a lot of that stuff, and I learned from my grandfather at a very young age. He was an engineer. He knew everything there was about a car. You could tell you what was wrong with it just by listening to it.
Nice.
Although I didn't get that little talent, I still appreciate everything he taught me.
Well, talking about your family were also the ones that, like you just said, they got you into cars, right? And you would consider yourself a classic car guy and not a supercar guy or whatever.
100%. Everybody likes fast cars, but I just like the way classic cars look. Just the style, the character, the detailing. It's everything that goes into it. I think there's just much more
character,
effort and character that was love, if you would say, put into a classic car than a newer one that was made today. And my grandfather and my uncles, my two uncles, were the ones who really got me into it. My grandpa had a 70 Chevy pickup truck, but it was beautiful, bright orange. He also had a 1980 Corvette Stingray.
I love those Stingrays.
And my uncle had I don't remember what year, it was in the 80s, but it was a Firebird. And I got to ride around in all of those growing up. And not only that was my immediate family who had all those cars, but also my other aunts and uncles and cousins older than me. They just kind of ran in our blood, and we all have the same appreciation for cars like that.
So talking about your blood, where are your roots from?
Well, my mom and dad are both Hispanic and Native American, about half and half, if you'd say. My mom is from Orange County, California, and my father's from Tijuana, Mexico. My Native American tribes are, one of them is Kumeyaay. They're from southern, the bottom half of California, Southern California, and Chumash. They're from Northern California.
Right.
I did have the chance to go visit the Chumash reservation one time when I was really young.
Oh, sick.
It was very interesting, I might say.
Yeah.
It was super cool. It's really nice to get back to your roots and see where you come from.
Do they still live the kind of old school lifestyle? So completely not what we're doing here in LA? Kind of thing?
It's nothing like we're doing here in LA. They still have powwows and dancing around fires and stuff like that. But they also have some cool cars, classic cars out there too, if you believe it or not.
Right.
I mean, they don't get the best of the newest stuff out now. they get a lot of secondhand stuff, and
Right.
a lot of older stuff that was given to them many years ago. But yeah,
That's awesome. You said you were born in 1996, right?
yes, sir.
Cool. When did you? Well, let's dive into the car that we got on our hands right now. We got a Cutlass Oldsmobile,
Yeah, it's a 1965
1965.
Oldsmobile Cutlass, and it's what's it called? You want to hear like specs and stuff?
Yes, tell us a little bit about the specs, and then a little bit about the history of the car. How did you guys get it? Where does it come from? And all that jazz.
So it's an American-made car. Oldsmobile is not around anymore, so you can't buy any Oldsmobile
Right.
from the actual company. They don't exist.
Right.
But it's a two-door hardtop. It's got a front engine, rear-wheel drive. It's 300 horsepower, and it's a V8, and it's a 2-speed automatic. And I'm not sure how much it weighs, but it weighs more than any other new car out now.
Right.
Obviously.
So did you guys do anything to it? I know the inside is completely original and the letters in great condition.
The interior where you sit is all original leather, all original carpet, original roof or ceiling or whatever. And but under the hood, we had to replace the transmission and get a brand new engine. That was a couple of years ago. And it holds up perfectly. It runs smoothly, sounds great, smells good. Every once in a while, something will pop up, but
That's what it is with old
it's
cars.
old
That's
cars.
everywhere.
It's gonna happen no matter what.
Right.
But when I was about 10 years old, my dad picked me up from school with that car, and I'd never seen it before, and I was like, what the hell? And he told me he got it from one of his coworkers who was just letting it go. He got it for a steal, and it didn't.
You know how much you got it for?
He got it for like $4,000. I think.
Oh my
He got it
god.
for like $4,000.
How much is it worth right now, you think?
Dude, honestly, right now, it could probably go for like, with everything
20,
we put in it,
25?
I'd say maybe a little bit less, but probably around there.
Right, 18, 20 ish.
somewhere around
Yeah.
there, yeah. It's
That's amazing.
We did a lot of the we replaced a lot of the chrome on the outside. We got new rims. Yeah.
Oh, the inside is fucking amazing. The leather looks like it's brand new.
It looks like it's never been sat on or touched.
Right.
I hope to keep it that way.
Yeah. For 4K, that's incredible.
No, yeah, it was insane. I don't know what the guy was thinking.
Yeah.
But
Now, how long ago you think that was? Like you said when you were 10, so that's about
13 years ago.
13 years ago,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm 23 now.
Right.
So after he got it, picked me up in it, and then like a week after or so, it just totally like crapped on us. It just stopped working completely. And then that's when he just made me work for it. He just found me jobs with his friends and like stuff that he would need done, stuff like that, and I had to work for him to make money to fix it. Even though he had it, it was a lesson. It was a lesson to learn, you know. And
if you want the car fixed, go work for it, and we do it.
Like he knew I loved it so much, and he wanted to. Well, I love it a lot more now. I have such a deep appreciation for that car.
So I guess when you were 16, the first thing you did is try to drive that thing?
I drove that thing at like 12.
Oh yeah, or like officially drive it, right?
Yeah, officially drive it. Yeah, I was 17 and a half.
Okay.
I got my license a little late.
Okay. But your dad had never had a problem with you taking it out for a spin and anything?
He did. Like he would always just be wary. I pride myself in being a good driver, even though I drive a little fast. And he knows that, so. And it's not the type of car you want to drive fast. It's more of like a cruiser. You just take it out to like the beach and just ride along PCH and just listen to music and chill.
Right.
It's not a muscle car at all.
So when do you usually take it out? Like, is it like a weekend kind of car?
Yeah, it's a weekend kind of car. I take it out for special occasions and if people want to like rent it from me, I've rented it a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah, for like music videos and movies.
Oh,
and
yeah. Good little side hustle, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That gets me money where I need it.
Right, that's awesome. So, I mean, you have a pretty cool car now, but do you have any kind of like dream car that you would say, man, if I ever have some money left over, that would be the first thing I would buy?
Oh man, I want a Firebird really bad, but I also want a night like my grandfather had. Sadly enough, like I only got to see it for a couple of years, and I can't even remember much of what I saw. I just remember seeing pictures later on helped me remember it. But I really want a 1980 Corvette Stingray. Like,
oh yeah, the
more
Stingray.
than anything, I want one of those so damn bad. It's like bright orange.
Oh, sick, yeah.
Something
You
like
could
that.
find some for a fairly good price, but
Yeah, no, of course.
not a lot of them are in great shape
Yeah, they
anymore.
just take a lot of work.
Yeah, for
A lot
sure.
of work.
For sure.
Um,
Cool. Yeah, so a Firebird or a Stingray?
oh yeah.
Really though, a
100%.
Stingray.
Yeah, a Stingray, 100%. That's been a dream of mine for ever since I remember it. It was very sad. I remember when you gave it away.
Anything else about the Oldsmobile that you would want to change down the line?
Definitely would want to. There's a lot of things in the hood that it works perfectly, but I mean it's still an old car. Not everything was replaced.
Right.
So over time, like I said, I replaced the transmission and the engine and a couple of other things. But over time, I would just like to replace everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm never gonna get rid of it.
It's gonna stay with you forever.
Oh yeah, that thing's never going anywhere.
That's what's up. Your kid's gonna get it.
Yeah, exactly. My kid will get that car.
It's gonna stay in the family.
That's the goal, to be honest.
Awesome.
So yeah, I would just like honestly, I would just like to over time just change everything under the hood so it works like almost like a new car, I guess. Just looks better than all of them.
Right. Paint job, maybe you were talking about.
Yeah,
maybe wrapping
we were
it.
talking about that too. Wrap or real paint.
Right.
Either way, I still got to figure out exactly the way I want it to look. I have a lot of ideas, but not one has really stuck yet. So
Right.
when the time comes, the time will come.
Sick. Would you ever take it to like car meets and stuff, or is it more like
I have a couple times. There's a popular one in the valley that me and my dad took it to a couple times. There's another one in Orange County that we've also taken it to, and also in Long Beach. There's a lot of them in Long Beach actually. In Long Beach community is very heavy with classic cars.
Right.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I love showing it to anybody and everybody I can. I mean, I think most people should find some type of appreciation.
No, for real.
It's a piece of art.
It needs to be displayed.
Yeah, it's a piece of art. You know?
Right. No, thank you. Awesome. I think we covered about pretty much everything that I wanted to ask you. Oh no, what are you doing right now for a living?
Well, right now during quarantine.
Oh yeah, well, that's
I'll just talk about what I normally do.
well, no, you can actually talk about what you normally do and how it changed for you throughout this COVID shit.
Well, really, I'm a jack of all trades. I've done a lot of things under the sun. Not everything as well as most things, but I would say, I don't really want to say. I'm a host at a lot of nightlife places. I've traveled through 3 of the main cities in the U.S. from here to Miami to New York, meeting some of the coolest people with some of the craziest and coolest people, and it's become it's helped me out in a lot of ways. There's been things that I would never been able to do without some of the people that I've met through my job. I meet people from all over the world with the job that I do.
Explain the job a little bit more. Because that's not really a thing in Germany, what you do. It's not really on a smaller scale, I think.
So what could I say? Like a manager for like...
yeah, it's like a manager and
like I
Holes?
manage clients basically
Mm-hmm.
for manage them getting drunk.
Right. Yeah, so your job's definitely in the nightlife.
Yes.
And you basically make sure
I make sure
you bring the
I'm
right
a hospitality
clients
person.
to
Like,
the
basically
right club.
hospitality, yes.
Right?
Yes,
And
I think that's
no, I
right
think
there.
yeah. So yeah, you basically make sure that the clubs. So you get paid by the clubs, right?
Yes, I get paid by the
You
clubs.
make sure that the clubs getting filled up,
Yes.
so they can make money with the right people
Yes.
that have some money
Exactly.
to spend.
And
Correct.
when my clients are in town, I bring them and introduce them to the people at my clubs, and
Right.
I show. It's like a hospitality job. I make sure everybody's happy, everybody has what they need, nobody's doing anything wrong. There's no bad energy. It's just everybody. Trying to make sure everybody's having a fun time.
Right.
You know, just keeping the energy up, and then that translates also back into normal day life when like all these people have jobs, and I also have aspirations and
Yeah,
things I would like to
what
do.
is your dream?
Oh man, my dream. I got many of them.
Tell me all of them.
Photography is still a thing that I pursue a lot, and like I practice with here and there. I used to do it a lot back then after high school. Before I moved to New York, I was working with a couple of professional photographers. We would shoot lots of little high-end, lower-end celebrities. We would shoot we shot Netflix stuff a lot. We would shoot like Nordstrom's lingerie catalog every month. It was a lot of good things. I got the experience to get in a room where most kids would have to go to 4 years of high school to get, or 4 years of college to get where I was.
Right.
And like I'm at utmost grateful for that opportunity. And even though I don't do it as much, I still have the knowledge and will never forget the knowledge. Other than that, I also like racing.
Car racing.
Yeah,
Sick.
Thank you. Oh,
But I guess not in the Oldsmobile. Oh, excuse me?
Oh.
Can I get a refill of Sprite?
actually,
Sprite? Thank
the
you.
Pacifica.
Pacifica?
Yeah.
What would you want to race in?
Oh man, she's a Porsche. So in high
I
school,
definitely dig that.
in high school, my friend, he had his dad had a couple of old Porsches. I can't remember the exact years. They were like in the 70s and 80s though. And there's this track in Long Beach, and
Oh, I know which one.
we would just go there and race all day on the weekends. I played tennis with this kid, and I got close with him, and his family was very nice, and just whatever, and we became good friends, and we got to do that every so often, and it was something that I never ever forget the feeling of. Like, dude, that was so amazing. Like, so yeah, like I said, everybody loves speed, but I will always take a classic car over that. But
Right.
if I can have the ability to race, let me race.
Hey,
Not bad at it.
we could race in a classic Porsche.
Yeah, you could, 100%. Yeah, we were.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, we were doing it. It was like honestly, and it was stick shift too.
Yeah.
I
You
love-
know how to drive stick
I love
shift?
driving
Cool,
stick
that's what's up.
Yeah.
A
For me,
lot
yeah.
of people over here don't.
Yeah, for me, I will never buy a manual car.
Oh yeah.
I'll never buy a manual car.
Well, see,
I'm sorry. I'm
automatic. Yeah.
Not, I will always buy a manual car.
Right. Your Jeep is manual?
I didn't buy my Jeep.
Oh, okay. Well, see, in Germany, for you to get the driver's license, you need to do
have to
it
drive
with a
manual.
manual. And I wouldn't do it over here in LA because of the traffic. Sitting in the traffic with a manual car sucks,
That's why
right?
my calf looks so good.
But other than that, definitely manual stick shift is
Yeah, no, I agree
totally
with
fulfilling.
I agree with this
Traffic
traffic out here.
situation, right.
But I mean, if you love something enough, you'll put up with it.
True.
And I definitely do love driving like that. So, and I've done it before.
Nice. Thank you.
Could be worse.
Anything you want to add? You think that we missed out on that could be interesting for our readers? I think we covered pretty much everything.
Oh, well, I mean, for the job, no nightlife is open right now because of COVID. So, I mean...
Yeah, how are you handling that? Because
Luckily,
that's your moneymaker, right?
yeah, luckily enough, I've been... a lot of my clients that I have, a lot of people have come to LA to just kind of relax. I mean, I'm just not put that in there because it's going against all the rules of COVID.
What?
I'm just like throwing private parties and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But that'll go against all the rules of COVID and whatnot. So
Well, you
I'm
know.
like, that's the kid who started.
Who cares?
Luckily enough, our government has supplied us with unemployment,
Yeah.
and so that we could stay afloat and whatnot. But also, I mean, I'm always on the hustle looking. I mean, also, like the other day, I did construction for the first time, and for the first time in a while. I used to do it quite a bit when I was younger.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I mean, there's always jobs and stuff like that going on. I mean, wherever you are, there'll always be work. Just matters if you're hungry
Oh, yeah.
enough
If you
to
want,
find it.
exactly. If you want to make some money, you can. It's definitely out here.
So it all, I mean, in me, like, I mean, yeah, if I need money, I'm gonna go make it.
Right.
So, and nothing's gonna stop me from doing that.
Correct. Well, awesome. We covered about pretty much everything, and enjoy writing, guys. John Perez.
Sure.